Hi there, Internet. I'm Jeremy Parrish, editor-in-chief of OneUp.com, and this week we're talking about the games that nobody loves. It's easy to praise the games that everyone loves, but we're sticking up for the honor of games that everyone hates except us. My choice is Saga Frontier, an RPG by Squaresoft for the PlayStation. It was the first RPG that they published right after Final Fantasy VII, and everyone who picked up Final Fantasy VII and loved it said, "Wow, it's the next game from these people. I've got to play it." And they played it and said, "What the hell is going on?" It's a very strange, almost experimental video game. It's 7 different stories, none directly connected to each other. None of the skill systems are really laid out or explained. It doesn't work the way an RPG like Final Fantasy VII works. But if you're willing to take it on its own terms and get beyond the kind of ugly graphics and the fact that sometimes it's a little bit inscrutable and difficult to understand, you see there are a lot of really common or unconventional and uncommon ideas behind the way the game works. And there's this internal logic that works in the entire Saga system. So if you played Final Fantasy Legend, you might kind of recognize some of the ideas there. And you know, in an era where people are always complaining about lack of originality in video games, about how especially Japanese RPGs are too predictable and too much the same, a game like Saga Frontier really stands out. It's really refreshing and really challenges you to work with a different set of rules than you're used to. So go back and check it out. I think you might find something to like there.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Jose Otero, and I'm a One-Up. And the game that everyone probably hates that I'm going to defend today is Brink. People had a lot of reasons to hate Brink. On day one, Brink was kind of a disaster. From laggy netcode to just really strange graphical glitches. And if you tried to play it as a single-player game, you were not having a good time at all because the AI bots were just ridiculously stupid. However, if you were willing to look past all that and play Brink for what it really was designed to be, a multiplayer game, you actually got a lot of cool stuff out of it. Whether it was weapon customization, the maps were really well designed, everything was based around this waypoint objective system that you can easily keep track of and switch objectives using a wheel that was embedded into the game. And everything that you captured and did somehow helped your team, which was ultimately one of Brink's coolest mechanics. The idea that the classes are meant to support each other, that if you capture a separate command post, it'll give your team extra health and things like that. That was really cool because a lot of FPS shooters, for the most part, deal with this very lone wolf mentality where I do my part and I can, be successful. So in that regard, Brink is something special if you're willing to get past all that stuff. And they got DLC in August of the previous year, so you can check that out too.
Hi, I'm Bob Mackey, and my favorite bad game that I love is Simcopter, which is a 1996 Maxis game. Now, if you haven't heard of Simcopter, I don't blame you. It was very obscure. It existed in this weird world between SimCity 2000 and SimCity 3000. But Simcopter allowed you to fly around in your own SimCity 2000 cities, and also the cities they provided with the game. Now, the reason this is a bad game is because it's very, very hard to play. And it's also very ugly, especially for 1996, even for 1996, actually. But it existed in this strange world where there was no Grand Theft Auto at the time. Grand Theft Auto was still a year away. And this was one of the few, if only, games that allowed you to fly around in a completely free city, allowing you to either be good or bad, causing chaos, or helping people out as you saw fit. And the fact that there was so much freedom in a game so early, especially freedom in a 3D world, is why I like the game, despite its really, really ugliness. So if you ever see Simcopter out there, please play it. It's great.
Hello, folks. My name is Jay, and I'm the community manager here at OneUp, and I will be talking about Dynasty Warriors, every single game in the series. Now, unlike the other guys, I can't tell you if you look really hard, there's something special or magical there. There's not. The games technically are not very good. They don't innovate at all, but I frequently look for a couch co-op game just to play on the weekends, have a couple sodas, and hack and slash a lot of enemies down. And Dynasty Warriors repeatedly provides that every single time. I'm excited for Dynasty Warriors 8. I almost platinum Dynasty Warriors 6, and every time it's not innovative, it's not magical, but it gives you the same thing every time, take it at face value. I really enjoy them. I'm not going to say go out and buy them at $60, but they're a good time.
Hey guys, Marty Sleva, and the game I want to talk about that everyone seems to hate is Banjo-Kazooie for the Nintendo 64. Rare came out with this game in 1998, and a lot of people felt like it took everything from Mario 64 and just kind of, complicated everything and messed up the formula, but I think it does everything that Mario 64 does, but much better. I would go as far to say as it's the best 3D platform of all time and possibly my favorite game of all time. A lot of people complained about its just overabundance of collectibles, but I think it hit right before the collectible bubble burst of 1999. And the game just had a lot of charm, a lot of whimsy, a lot of dry British humor. The animation was great, the control was great, the level design was perfect. Yeah, and then when it re-released on XBLA a few years ago, I replayed it, and yeah, honestly, it might be my favorite game of all time.